Hello YouTube, I call myself Zondagskind and I like to watch content related to Civilization VI. This is the 4th edition of the monthly Savescum, what I call this thing where I shout out people who make good content related to single-player Civilization VI on YouTube and sometimes Twitch. I'm already recording this one on April 21st because there are a couple of bigger edits that I have to do in the next week for other content on YouTube and of course just real life stuff as well. So if you see something that you think should have been in the Savescum and it was uploaded past April 21st, that's why. In any case, I'm going to talk about my favorite moment in my own content, but also of course in other people's contents, so let's just get into it. Meanwhile, in Zondagskind, we may be a small community, but we're also quickly growing. And it is in no small part thanks to our amazing Fisherman Admiral Henk.
Mitt navn ikke Henk, det Harald. Og våre besjeker ivrige etter å plundre støy.
Yeah, Henk is such a great, Frisian, totally peaceful guy. And Henk, are you happy with the rate at which our village is growing? It's growing really fast.
Nei! I dette tempoet kommer jeg til å sitte her på sankthansaften. La meg stå for rekrutteringen.
Oh, okay then, well, the floor is yours, I guess.
Du en ekte viking? Vil du slås for søndagsbarndiget? Abonner og ring bjellen for å bli med oss. Og nå, tilbake til videoen.
For the highlight in my own content, I have to go for the playlist with My Native Heaven Chinshuang of China and the challenge I set called Heavenly Command. It was a ton of fun to wonder spam like that, and I really poured my heart and soul into the edit as well, tried to do a lot there, and it seems to resonate as well. I'm recording this after the first video dropped, and it gets more views than usual. To be brutally honest, I can't put my heart and soul into every edit like that. It takes a lot of time as well. But Chinshuang really has kind of a special place in my heart as a Civ, and so it was fun to really go all in on an edit just at least once this year. It's honestly more satisfying than really productive for you, but yeah, I have a soft spot for wonders like that, like Petra, like Chichen Itza, like Mausoleum. And yeah, this is amazing. Woo! Look at those tiles. They are grand. Shout out as well to ComeReal, who finished the Gilgamesh challenge I set. Go give that a watch, and if you like what you see, definitely subscribe to this channel as well, because I happen to know, well, he's told so publicly, that he's also going to do the Babylon challenge and is going to try and make maybe one video or maybe a playlist for YouTube with that as well. Then a shout out goes to VanBradley, who completed his playlist on how to win a Civ VI domination victory. I really like this playlist for how he condenses the important part, especially for beginning players, because even now there are of course people still picking up the game for the first time, so we kind of tend as DT players to go past a bunch of important stuff, and I get this comment a lot that players when they don't know Civ 6 too well, they start watching a stream of mine or of somebody else and they're just kind of overwhelmed by what's happening. And I think that VB does a really good job here of explaining it on a level that you can understand if you're new to the game. And honestly, there is not enough content like that. It was a hard watch though if you're Greek, because this happens.
And what's going to happen is I'm going to get error score for fully eliminating someone. We are a 50 ahead at this point, so that's fine. But I think it's fun to see the scene. Look, sorry, Pericles. I didn't mean to do this to you, but we did, so you're done skis. Sorry, bro. And there we go, +5 error score. So that's a good way to get error score if you're already dominating a game.
If you've watched my video on Firaxis challenge with Babylon, then you know what I think about it. Ursa Ryan had fun playing it, and he actually kind of broke the challenge, I guess, in a way, by winning it in a way that Firaxis did not predict or did not want us to do. But yeah, he does that very well, and of course Babylon is a fun Civ to do that with. So definitely go give that a watch.
An extra Eureka, something like that could be very handy. Steel, oh, steel is very handy. I mean, admittedly, I was building an ironclad, and I think that's the one, wasn't it? Yeah, okay. I need to just make sure that we pop these people when I'm ready. Extract an artifact, have an alliance. I guess both of those will be fine. I'll wait until I've finished, and then chemistry will finish. I'll use Da Vinci on artifact for combustion. Okay, we're getting there now.
Let's look at the recipient of last month's golden reroll, ShibariJello, and I hoped that they would make more Civ 6 content.
We want to pull them into the vortex. We want them to become one of us. Play more Civ on your channel.
And Sage has delivered. He did the Outback Tycoon scenario, which plays in Australia, and you play as one of the Australian states. And he's done it, and he showed how you win it. And again, the video was a ton of fun. This moment, in fact, stood out to me.
World War I? What the fuck's that got to do with me? I'm 1,000 miles away over here. Whatever.
Because in doing a little bit of cursory Wikipedia research, I found out that actually John Curtin, in real life, was opposed to conscription of Australian men into the army back then. So it almost sounded like something that, of course in a very crass way, John Curtin would have said at the time. But of course, ShibariJello can't win the golden reroll every month, and for this month, the one piece of content that you should watch is from someone who is really experienced with Civ 6. It is PotatoMcWhiskey and his disaster save file video. I've shouted him out with a different one before, and the one that was sent in this month was apparently really unsalvageable. But it was a ton of fun to see Potato grapple with it. Honestly, kind of his despair at seeing what the Empire was like at the start of him playing with it. And trying to salvage it in different ways, with a religion, with some naval warfare, with some culture shenanigans thrown in. If you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it and you hadn't noticed yet, build builders. Build them everywhere. Build them all the time. Because that is the most important wisdom that PotatoMcWhiskey is parting on us.
Goodness, well, I love the theatre square idea. You need builders. Ratsy boars, lots of tiles here that could be improved. Cancel that water park, get me a builder. You're already getting me a builder. You're going to get me a builder. After that, you just have so many unimproved tiles. Even in your capital, you have unimproved tiles. You need a builder so badly. Just basically your entire empire needed to be building builders.
Seeing as he was like the first content creator of Civ 6 that I started watching on YouTube, he had to get the golden reroll at some point, and I think this month he is a very deserving recipient. So that was some of the content that I found shout-outable this month in the Civ 6 single player space. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, then do please leave a like. And if you want to know when the next video of mine is going live, then subscribe and ding the bell and you will be notified. We will see you then. Bye bye.